Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. Hey, rock stars, we got quite a few topics to talk about today. We'll see if this makes it to be a two-parter or not. But anyway, let's talk about your girl Nicki Minaj. Boy, I tell you, this has turned into one big mess. It has resulted in Nicki Minaj swearing off Twitter, okay, because they have put her in Twitter jail. I'm not sure if this was temporary or if they were removing her from the platform, but she is now, even if they do give her that access, she has now said that she will not get back on Twitter. This is simply a conversation between friends that has mushroomed. I mean, it has blown to colossal proportions, and I don't think, well, I'm sure Nicki Minaj did not realize that it was going to do all of this. So Nicki Minaj was under fire from JoyReid, okay, who is, she has the readout on MSNBC, because Nicki Minaj was engaging with her fans. That is one, either it's a strength or a weakness. It depends on the day, but Nicki Minaj does engage with her barbs, okay? And that is one of the reasons why they love her, because she is an accessible celebrity, an accessible A-list celebrity, which a lot of them don't do this. And this may be one of the reasons why. So let's back up. Nicki Minaj did not go to the VMAs, and she did not go to the Met Gala, and her fans were wondering why she was not there. Nicki Minaj shared that she would not be going because she was not vaccinated against COVID-19. She said that in order to go to the Met Gala, in particular, you had to be vaccinated. She doesn't feel like she's done enough research on the vaccination where she's comfortable enough with getting the vaccine. And she said that for now, she just relies on her mask. Sometimes she may double it up, okay? And that she's just making sure that she keeps her and her family safe. Now, there was also other exchange between Nicki Minaj and her barbs, where some people were saying the reasons why they got the vaccine, including because they have a, compromised immune system, or that they have to get vaccinated in order to keep their jobs, in which she always, co-signed, like, oh yeah, you got to do that. If that's the issue, and if it comes to the point where you can't take care of your family, then yeah, you need to get vaccinated, because that's what you have to do. But she was just speaking for herself. The issue here is, when you have this status and you have 22 million followers, you have to be conscious of even things that you just say in passing, that there are many people out there who are going to take that and run, for lack of better words, maybe misunderstand what you're saying, maybe take it as gospel, as scientific fact. And sometimes it's not. So what has gotten her in even more trouble was the fact that she was talking, and you know how you do kitchen table talk, and you be like, yeah, my cousin's friend, they got the vaccine and then they had swollen testicles. Okay, that's what she said. As far as Dr. Fauci and the CDC and, everybody else that are the medical the professionals, they're saying that is not true. It got so big that the Trinidad and Tobago government had to go and do some research on this to find out who exactly she was talking about, what was the situation with these swollen testicles, all of this from just a conversation that she was having. The media has grabbed just the most fantastic parts of that exchange that she had with her fans. JoyReid, who has the show, The Readout, said that she was disappointed with what Nicki Minaj did. Okay, she said that she is encouraging our community to not protect themselves and, not save lives. She went on to say, you've got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you, and they listen to you more than they listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in the position of dying from a disease they don't have to die from. Oh my God, as a fan, as a hip hop fan, as somebody who's your fan, I'm so sad that you did that. Nicki Minaj saw that response and immediately tweeted back to JoyReid, this is what happens when you're so thirsty to down another black woman by the request of the white man that you didn't bother to read all my tweets. My God, sister, do better. Imagine getting your dumb ass on a TV a minute after a tweet to spread a false narrative about a black woman. Okay, now, Joyanne is guilty of not knowing all of what Nicki Minaj was saying. Nicki Minaj is guilty of not realizing the impact that she has on her platform. This vaccination conversation has gotten to be so, it's gotten to be so cumbersome that either way you go, if you're for the vaccine or if you're not for the vaccine, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, So I think the bigger issue here is that the media has now taken it and it's just warped into something totally different. Now, this is really something that I think that if Nicki Minaj and Joyanne could have had a conversation, then we could have kept it from getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But see, the exchange that went back and forth on Twitter, and then, doubling down with Nicki Minaj's Barbs, who protect that girl like, it's just a few of these crews out here. The Barbs, the Beehive, the Navy, the Biebs. Is that what Justin Bieber's folks are called? I mean, like, they protect their person. So it's now blown up into something that has gotten so out of control that I think Nicki Minaj is probably just like, probably wishing that she never said anything. Or maybe not, because, Nicki Minaj, a lot of times, she definitely stands behind what she says, says what she means and means what she says. And even Joyanne, I'm sure that she hates the fact that two very prominent black women in media or in entertainment are going back and forth, But the sad thing about it is the media has now taken it and turned it into something like even bigger and more. And, the White House has gotten involved and, it's really just unfortunate. I don't think that Nicki Minaj should be faulted for how she feels. I think that Nicki Minaj is just, has to realize that, yeah, you can say whatever you want on your platform, but it's once it's put out there into the universe, then people interpret it differently and they take it and they, it may change. It may become something else that you did not intend for it to become. And I do think that Joyanne probably now regret is not the word. I think that she probably, because I believe that Joyanne really is for our people, and especially black women. I think that she hates or doesn't like the fact that now her and another black woman are just like, being seen as being pitted against each other. I don't know what to say. I don't think anybody is wrong in how they feel. It's just that it could have probably been handled better. And now it has been, once it starts making it to the late night talk show circuit, and once they start making jokes out of it, I'm sure it'll probably end up on Saturday Night Live. And, once it starts to be doing all of that, then it's become it's a part of the machine now. This, like many other things that Nicki Minaj has been through, it will die away. It will go away. But in the meantime, it is just what it is. Okay. People will say that it was careless for her to say those things. And it could possibly very much be that. But I don't know if I felt like she, I just feel like maybe she wasn't necessarily thinking that it would go here. Now, I've heard other people say that Nicki Minaj is also very good at deflecting, and that she causes quite a bit of ruckus when there's other news headlines that she would like for you to forget. We do know that her husband, Kenneth Petty, did plead guilty to not registering as a sex offender when they moved to California. And that story has been bubbling underneath the currents for a while now. You know, the victim saying that she's being bullied by Nicki Minaj's people, and people still talking about him and the rape charge that he went to jail for, and all of those things. So some will say that this is lined up perfectly to keep people from thinking about, you know, what her husband is going through, that now she's caused this bigger stink about the vaccine. I don't know if that is true or not, but people will say that she's done it in the past when her brother was on trial for being a pedophile, that she did things like that. I can't remember if she did or didn't, but that's what people are saying. I just hope that Joyanne and Nicki Minaj at some point, you know, can have a conversation. I think that is going to be difficult, though, because now it's just, you know, Nicki Minaj is in her feelings. Joyanne, I don't know if, I mean, she also very much stands behind what she says, too. So, you know, I don't know. But I don't think that Joyanne's real feelings was that she wanted to be in a fight with Nicki Minaj. So, I mean, I don't know if I told you guys anything about how I feel. I feel like both of them made this matter way bigger than it needed to be. But both of this also shows the influence that both of them have. Nicki Minaj's influence, I think, probably is even bigger than JoyReid's. But still, two powerful women out there fighting black. Never good. What do you guys think about it? Whose side are you on? Do you understand how it's gotten to be so big? Was there points that I missed on either side? Y'all go on and let me know. All right, you guys, next story up, we're going to have to send up a prayer for your girl, Wendy Williams. It has been announced that she has a breakthrough case of COVID-19. And when they say breakthrough case, what that means is that even though she was vaccinated, fully vaccinated, she still was able to contract the virus. And we know that does happen. Her season for the Wendy Williams show, I believe season 13, was scheduled to begin. And because she ended up getting sick, they have now pushed off the premiere of season 13 to October 4th. So we don't have to wait much longer. They're waiting just to make sure that she recovers and that she feels healthy enough to get back to it. Wendy Williams, for the last couple of seasons anyway, seems to always have some sort of health crisis right as the season would start. We know that she had drama with her husband. You know, one time when a season, I believe, was on hiatus, or they put the season on hiatus because of what was going on. And then we know that she was also sick when she passed out. And we found out that she was in... so they've been put on break, or postponing seasons, or, you know, postponing coming back or whatever. You know, this has happened quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but it's happened a few times on Wendy Williams as of late. We know that Wendy Williams does have a compromised immune system. She has Graves' disease, and I believe that she has lymphedema. You guys don't quote me on that, but I feel like... I believe that she did say that she has lymphedema, which is why she has, like, you know, swelling in her legs and other things. So that is one of the reasons why I'm sure they're making sure that they're being very cautious on rushing her back, making sure that she is rested and that her health, you know, comes first. Of course, there are people that are saying that there may be other reasons. I was watching Entertainment Tonight last night, And they showed when she was, I suppose, coming home from the hospital. Maybe she had gone to the doctor or whatever, and she had on like a silk robe. She had her mask on. She looked very disheveled, which is not unusual for Wendy Williams. I mean, when she's not on camera, I mean, like on her show, she normally looks like how she did in, yesterday on Entertainment Tonight. But the thing that struck me was that she was in her night clothes, like she had on a robe, but this was very clearly a robe that was for, when you get out the shower and you just laying around the house, it wasn't for outside wear at all. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, why, so people are mentioning that it could be some other reasons. I'll let you make your assumptions there, why she might be out. I mean, I'm just hoping that, she hasn't fallen off of the wagon or had more issues with drinking or drugs or anything like that. Probably not. I mean, COVID does knock you on your ass. I'm sure we've all known enough people to know that when they got sick, it was a couple of days that when they was sick. So she could just be going through that. I'm just going to say that I hope that Wendy Williams is able to, recover from this without any long-term effects, okay? And that she can make it back to her show on October 4th. I have faith that she will. And we'll just send up a good prayer to the man up above that he brings her back stronger and ready to go. So hold your head up, Wendy Williams. All right, you guys. So next story up, you guys wanted me to talk about Keke Palmer's boyfriend, Darius Dalton Jackson, ex-girlfriend, Taylor Marie, putting out a story that it seems that Darius had pressured her into getting an abortion back when they were together. And then she found out 3 weeks later that he was in a relationship with Keke Palmer. She went on TikTok and shared this story. She posted a video, and in the background she had the song Monday Night Raw by YNJ. I don't know who that is, playing in the background. And she also put on the screen, when he gets you pregnant, presses you to have an abortion, and 3 weeks later is booed up with Keke Palmer with a T emoji. Now, I'm not going to discount her story, her experience. I'm not going to say that the abortion was not traumatic for her. What I am going to say is I don't see why we are dropping Keke Palmer's name in this when you were in a relationship with this man. We don't even really know how serious this relationship was. She doesn't really share that part. I mean, they say that on social media there is proof that they probably were together. So we're not even going to say that that's not the truth. But for her to put out a story, about Keke Palmer, who really doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you and your boyfriend stay together. She didn't put the claim out that Keke Palmer was cheating with him, knowingly knowing that he was with this other woman. Like, you don't really know the rest of the story is what I'm saying, Was he really with the girl at the time? Was it really a serious relationship? Was the relationship at the end? Now, Keke Palmer did let the world know that this Darius guy was her boyfriend for her birthday. That's what she shared on Instagram. And she shared pictures of them hugging and laughing and spending time together. And I even remember before she even announced that this guy was her boyfriend, I remember her saying some months ago that she was with somebody and that she had every intention, it looked like it was going to be something where she is going to get married. She said that she was never going to even announce a person unless it was someone that she knew that she was going to be spending the rest of her life with. Okay, so the fact that she has announced it, I mean, it does give you the impression that these two have been, serious enough for her to feel that comfortable to reveal them to the world. So like I said, not really clear on the rest of the story. I don't expect Keke Palmer to address this at all, and I don't expect him to either. It does seem like the girl, even though I'm sure her feelings are hurt about it, it just seems like it's a weird thing to put out there. It's like you already were traumatized from abortion, and then you were upset that you know, and you go and put it on TikTok, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what to make of this story, but that's the story that's out there. You guys wanted me to talk about it. It has nothing to do with Keke Palmer as far as we can tell right now. And it just looks like a relationship that ended. And another one that blossomed right after it. So you guys let me know what you think about all that. All right, you guys, next story, Norm Mcdonald. You guys remember him, probably most known for his stint on Saturday Night Live as the weekend reporter. Norm Mcdonald probably was best known for steering Saturday Night Live from like the slapstick type of weekend report that they used to do to the more politically inspired, you know, speaking out on social issues and things like that. He is probably the one that changed the direction of that segment on Saturday Night Live. He mostly is known for him writing O.J. Simpson during the Simpson trial, much to the chagrin of then CEO of NBC, who did not want him to be commenting so much on the O.J. Simpson trial, but Norm Mcdonald did not care and still spoke about him every chance that he could. When the verdict did come down and O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, Norm Mcdonald went on to say that it's official now that murder is legal in California. Okay, so ultimately that is what got him fired from Saturday Night Live. At least that's what he believes, and that's what many people believe. But Norm Mcdonald has gone on as a comic, very much that same type of style of comedy, in your face, and sometimes shocking. Went on to guest on many shows. Was a regular on the late show talking circuit, talk show circuit. And you guys just remember his face. He's just kind of always the one that just kind of had a look on his face like he was about to say some shit. They said that he had a 9-year battle with cancer. I don't know which kind of cancer it was, but he kept that away from his fans, his friends, some of his family. People did not know that he was ill because he never wanted his comedy to be affected. He didn't want people to look at him differently. Everybody has their reasons for keeping that kind of thing private. So it did kind of come as a shock that he had died. He was not married. He did marry some years ago. In the 90s, he was married. He got a divorce. But from that marriage, he did have a son, Dylan McDonald. He was 61 years old. Rest in peace to Norm Mcdonald. Also, you guys, let me just throw this story in here because it's an update on an update. Now, I told you guys that that it looked like Jamie Spears was removing himself as a conservatorship, as the conservator over Britney Spears' estate. We were very excited about that and happy that this woman is now getting her freedom. It seems that as soon as the ink dried on the damn paperwork, Britney Spears' boyfriend then proposed to her, and she put on Instagram a video of her, a video and pictures of her, like with her ring in front of her face, sort of like a, oops, can you believe it? But she did it a whole bunch of times, and it was, you guys, I'm just praying that we did not create more problems for this girl in the future. I don't know much about her fiance, but what I can say is it just makes me nervous, the timing on this. But I think maybe anything that happens with Britney Spears is probably going to raise an eyebrow for us for now until we can know that the girl is really on track to do great things. But I don't know. I just keep on thinking, like, I just really hope that we as a people this woman needed to be free from what she was going through. I just really pray that she still is protected in some sort of way, and that she's not just thrown to the wolves. And oh gosh, I'm just worried. But it was so much mayhem from that engagement, ring, and her posting the pictures and everything, that she finally shut down her Instagram, I believe it was. And then everybody really started going crazy, like, oh my God, what's happening? Is she spiraling? Is something happened? And her people did come out and say, no, it's just a much needed break from social media, and that, she'll be returning or whatever. But I was just like, oh. What's going to be really bad is if, in the future, whether it's near or far, if her father does get the chance to say, I told you guys, I told you so, she deserves the chance to either succeed or fail, because, when we're living our life, we need to be able to do these things. But gosh, it's just so much at stake, and it just makes me feel worried for her. It doesn't all still seem 100% mentally healthy. So but she's always been eccentric. But, all I'm saying is, y'all, please make sure you send up a prayer for your girl, Britney, because I just need for it to work out. And right now, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wasn't worried. What do you guys think about all that?